key thing when you're handling this is that it creases up really easily. So what we're going to do is use the backing tape to handle it. Stretch tape doesn't really stick well, so we use tabs at the end of this. So we use tabs at the end of this, but you can see from that original length that we can actually get this tape to change by 1.5, depending on the brand, 1.5 to double the full stretch. So as the tape goes on your skin, it's thought that the elastic properties in it activate the afferent nerve endings to give a better sense of what's going on in that area. So I was just saying to these guys before, I was a big skeptic because being in footy, everything you've heard so far is about stop this moving and stop that moving, and this is not going to stop anything moving. But the feeling of this on your skin is quite a unique feeling. So I'm going to get all of you guys to practice taping a hamstring, and we're going to check and see what it feels. Have any of you guys got knee pain at the moment? Anterior knee pain? Good, good. So we'll practice taping a hamstring because that's probably the one you guys want some feedback on. So the other thing is, because this tape is so fragile, corners on the tape don't work very well. If footy Guernsey or a sock or something will take the corner up straight away, and then you'll lose that end that you were trying to get to fix the tape. So all of your tapes, you will circle off the ends, trick away that one, that one, that one. The other thing that seems to work well with Kinesiotaping, and you can apply this to any muscle you want to change feedback on, is you'll have one tape along the fibres of the muscle that you're looking for, and then you'll have another tape that crosses at the point of most tenderness, tightness, whatever you're trying to manage really, as a crossover strap with that. So Tom, if I can get you standing here. Now the other thing about getting best feedback for a muscle is that you want to tape on stretch. So there's if we're doing hamstrings, you're going to get guys leaning down on the table so that his hamstring's stretched over the hip joint, that their knee is straight so it's stretched over the knee joint as well. So I think you just lean forward for time. So for instance, say we're going to tape Tom's biceps fem, lateral hamstrings. Attaches all the way down here and attaches right up on your ischial tuberosity sitting bone. So you want a decent length of tape, but you've got to allow for the stretch in the tape as well. So start, grip in the middle. For long muscles like hamstrings, I'd leave a pretty good sized tab on the end to make sure there's enough to stick. Cool. So if you manage to get that and you haven't touched the tape yet, you're just about there. So what we do next, right up at the origin, you're going to put that tag on and just peel that off. So the non-stretch tape sticks really nicely. Then lift the tape up to where you had that tab, and then this is where you're going to hold that in place, and you're going to stretch this down and get it to follow the line of the hamstring right the way down like that. So this middle bit of tape won't stick very well. So you actually have to, heat helps it stick. So you can get them to rub it in a little bit. Now one of the other things you sometimes find with these footballers is that because the knee moves so much, this end might come up, so you may individually want to anchor that one back down again. So just a little bit of tape here. Now because this is a feeling thing, I might get you guys just to do like a passive straight leg raise or something first, and just get a sense of range and what that feels like. with Tom, hasn't had a hamstring injury, which is good recently. So, but you find the spot of maximum tension or tenderness, and you put a crossing strap on. Same principles, pull the tab off, roll that on, lift it back to the tab, add that tension, and then the final tab, again, there's no tension, so it'll stick in place. And that's what it'll look like. In a non-sporting environment, the adhesive on this is quite light and it'll last about 5 days, but even the sweat of running around can make this come off in the space of a couple of hours. So you still might need to tie this end down.